achieve the end result, be it in weight loss or business?
Okay, well that's the thing, it's like for me, not motivation. Motivation is the idea that you're looking for an external source of power to keep you going, right? Most people are using motivation, and they're kind of, it's why they plug in. I think of it like jumper cables. You come along and you're a trainer and you plug your jumper cables into your clients so they've got the energy to keep going. You see the clients come into the session like really low, you plug them in and go, oh, that was a great, thanks,
yeah.
that was a fantastic session. And then you unplug the jumper cables, and as you see them walking out the door, you see them go,
yeah.
And the power run out, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh crap, I can't do this without Rob. Well, if that's the case, if you're just motivated, you're probably not likely to get to where you want to go. You've got to become inspired, and becoming inspired is about really connecting with the deeper reasons around why you're doing the things you're doing, not the crappy, bullshitty, superficial reasons that most of us use.
Yeah.
Right? I just want to look good on the beach this summer. You know, yeah, you do, and so does everybody.
Yeah, so it's going into the whys, isn't it? So like I've said before, like people are coming in the camps and things like that, and the front story is I want to lose weight, but now I start asking, well, why is that important? You know, why, and keep digging, and then you get to the real why. And I said to them, you've got to link that with the emotion to why you're doing it, not because you want to lose weight or look great. It's got to be linked. Yeah.
It's all about the backstory. What lies, I call it behind the behind, because you keep peeling and then you find out that actually it's something much bigger, and about you're feeling unloved and disconnected from your husband, and that you're worried that he doesn't feel the same way about. Well, that's a much bigger reason, a much better reason for promoting yourself to doing the things that you're going to do than just saying, hey, I want to get into a slimmer bikini on the beach.
Yeah.
Right. Most people don't connect with anything near big enough. You know, it's a horrible example, but it's just kind of like one of the best examples I can give to show you that the why is big enough. Imagine I come up to you and I say, okay, I want you to swim the English Channel, and you go, well, crap, I'm not very much of a good swimmer, and I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'll give you a $5 if you swim the English Channel. You just go, God, I can earn a $5, and you know,
yeah.
No point. So I'll give you £100, and you tell me to piss off.
Yeah.
I'll tell you it's grand, and most people still wouldn't swim the English Channel for $1,000. It's like 26 miles or whatever, right? It's like,
yeah.
I'm swimming 26 miles for $1,000. If I said $100,000, some people might start to think, If I said kind of $1 million, probably most people who could do a bit of swimming would think about that, right? The why is getting bigger and bigger. But now let's say that you know that you're a crap swimmer and you are really terrified that do you know what, even for £1 million, I don't think I can swim that far. I think I'd probably drown in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I could cajole you in as many ways as possibly. Like, look, £1 million is no good to me if I'm going to be dead in the middle, right? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if I took some people that you loved, and I dragged them down to the beach at the edge of the beach, just before you're about to start swimming from Dover, and I held a gun to their head and said, "Listen, if you don't get in that water and start swimming, I'm going to pull the trigger."
Yeah.
Whether you could swim or not, you'd be in the water.
Yeah.
Right. Well, why is that? It's because the why suddenly became big enough. You said, "Well, the reason for doing it has now become so big that I don't care what happens to me in the water. I'm just going to give it my best shot."
Yeah.
Most people have never attached themselves to the really big why.
Yeah.
They've attached themselves to lots of small whys, and it's the small whys that just keep going around in a circle. Because the small whys, in some respects, are kind of like lies. It's the truth that you're not telling yourself.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, yeah, if you want to stay motivated, stroke inspired for life, then
Dax will give you £1 million.
Fine, yeah.
Have we got a bet on you then?
I call it the gun to the head inspiration strategy, right? Like, what would you have to believe in order to actually make you get in that water? I would have to actually believe that shit, Dax means it. He's going to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
You'd be in the water like a flash for the people you love.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that goes for any goal that you want to achieve. What is the kind of the real reason? Like, dig down on that one, and you won't have to worry about motivation again, because you'll just be inspired.
Do you think that people can dig that far, or do you think that the coaching, obviously, you know, I've got the coaching there, do you think that people can actually dig down that far themselves? You know, like if they really wanted to, or do you think that they need someone to ask the whys so that they?
I think you can, but not while you're in threat.
Yeah.
While you're in threat, like there's two different things that happen in the brain, right? So you've got when you're in a calm place, all of your thinking occurs at the front of your brain in what's known as the prefrontal cortex.
Yeah.
Right. That's all cognitive thinking. That's like, oh, I need to turn left out there. That's all sensible based thinking and logic, right?
Yeah.
But when you start to move into threat, and let's just for the layperson kind of explain that threat means. Another word that you use is stress. Another word that you use is anxious or fearful or concerned. When you start to move to those areas, you're already in threat.
Yeah.
As you move further and further into threat, that prefrontal cortex stops working, and instead you start to move into the temporal lobe where your emotions are, and then deeper inside into kind of down to automatic behaviours. And this is the difference between a reaction, which occurs at this part of the brain, and a response, which occurs here. Most people go through their life reactively.
Yeah.
Which is I don't know how it happened, but I suddenly found I ate half a packet of biscuits. It was just, I looked down and half a pack was gone. Well, that's a reaction. It's not a response.
Yeah.
If you were in this part of your brain, you'd have gone, biscuits? Oh, no way. I'm on a diet at the moment.
Yeah.
But you find yourself eating it, you go, oh, okay, well, how did that happen? You're already in the fear part of your brain.
Yeah.
So, in other words, to get down to the why, it requires you to either be in a calm place, or it requires a coach who can help you get to that calm place quicker. And it's not just calm place as in you sit there and think pretty thoughts and kind of breathe deeply. It's the work that needs to be done to take you. I kind of think about a lot of clients going through life, they're almost like hand grenades with the pins pulled out. They're waiting to explode any minute.
Yeah.
The work of a good coach is essentially to put the pin back in.
Yeah.
Right? And so, yes, can people dig down to the why by themselves? Yes, they can. But the likelihood of them doing it is very, very low unless they're already in quite a mellow and chilled out place where they're in a position to be honest with themselves. When you're already in fear, when you're already under threat, you're usually not honest with yourself.
Yeah. So when you see people kind of trying one thing, then going to another thing, then going to another thing, would you say that was more reactive than responsive?
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Because your response would say, well, hold on, I've already invested all this time, this energy, this effort, let me stick it through and kind of get the result. Your reaction says, oh my God, this is getting hard, run.
Yeah.
Because that's what the reactive part of the brain does. It fights, flights, or freezes.
Yeah.
Right? So most people have heard about that fight or flight, right?
Yeah.
Fight, flight, freeze. Well, once I get under threat, I fight against it. And it might literally be, as a trainer, I'm sure you've had this, like clients arguing back against, well, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
You can't make it.
Yeah.
But you also get flight. People that paid for a whole month of training, and you just disappear.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Right, that's flight. And then there's freeze. There's the people that come every week, but they keep promising, I'm going to start that diet part on Monday, Rob. I'm going to start Monday. And then well, no, I didn't get around to it, but next Monday, they're in freeze.
Yeah.
And regardless, fight, flight, or freeze, you're already in the fear part of your brain. And if you're there, it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to put the pin back in the hand grenade by yourself. You probably need a coach to work with you.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because it's a really weird thing. Most people will pay a lot of money to have somebody use them, right? Essentially beast them around the park and tell them, right, you've got to stop eating and you kind of eat a lot less, you're fat sot, right?
Yeah.
Some people are literally, they're saying, oh, that's what I need a good stiff talking to, right?
Yeah.
I need somebody to tell it like it is. They'll pay someone a lot of money to abuse them, but they won't pay someone to help them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, I've seen people where it's like, they've fallen bad on the nutrition, so they want beasting in a session.
Yeah.
That's reacting, really.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Cool.
And it's also because when you move into that mindset, you start to see things in black and white, good and bad. And you see, I've been bad, right? And there's part of you that kind of says, I guess I kind of need to be punished. Punish me in this session, give me a real beasting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I've seen that, definitely.